This is it. All year, our young professionals have been battling it out for a chance to earn a spot right here in Portugal, with their hearts set on one of 5 Challenge Tour cards. This is the Sky Sports Tour Championship.
Run faster than anyone, so fast you can feel it burn, burn it in your lungs. Jump higher than I can jump, so high that you can reach the flaming sun. Have you got what it takes? Have you got what it takes? Have you got what it takes to fight, to rule, to see? Have you got what it takes to run, to chase, to race? Have you got what it takes? 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 Have you got what it takes?
Welcome to Portugal and Amendoeira. We are now down to our top 60, all competing for a chance to play on the Challenge Tour. Let's take a quick look at what's coming up. John gives us the lowdown on this week's venue.
It's the perfect layup.
We catch up with the guys in contention.
I'm comfortable with my own quite literal shortcomings.
Kit is on the course, of course.
But he's got a little avenue up to the pin. It's boiling!
And we bring you all the action from the final round. So that's still to come, but first of all, it's time to catch up with the resident golf analyst, Kit Alexander. Kit, thank you very much for joining us. Let's talk about how our golfers have been coping out there after the first 2 rounds.
Well, there's no denying it's been tough scoring out there, Laura. The wind has been up. Guys have really had to control their ball flight. This is an undulating track, especially on the back 9. You're playing from elevated positions or up to greens. You've got to get your strike right. But 268s from Adam Chapman is absolutely incredible golf. He's earned that 4-shot cushion. It's going to be really exciting to see how he reacts in a final round.
Absolutely. And what are the permutations this week?
Well, there's lots going on, of course. At the top of the order of merit, Chris Lloyd unfortunately had to pull out with injury. MK Kim, who's lying tied second, can overtake him if he finishes second alone or wins the Tour Championship. Just below that, there's the battle for the 5 Challenge Tour cards. 4 guys are really in the hunt. 7 to 10 in the order of merit coming into this week are in the top 6 plus ties going in today. There's going to be a lot of anxious looks at leaderboards, and really at this stage anything can happen, but we'll try and keep on top of it as the round unfolds.
Kit, thank you very much for that insight. I know you're heading out onto the course, and I want to make sure you put some suntan lotion on because you're looking very rouge, but it's time now to hear from our players.
I set out at the start of the year to kind of get off the EuroPro Tour in 1 year, and that would be the goal that I set, so it'd be amazing, but if I don't, I don't, and I've got tour school to go at.
Yeah, I'm just pretending that I'm starting the tournament all over again. Yeah, just getting on the first team, pretending I'm the same score as the other guys and just trying to beat them.
My main goal for this year was to get a Challenge Tour card, so you know, it's all about goal setting and goal reaching, so I'll be over the moon, delighted.
It'll be great, you know, I haven't got a win on the EuroPro during the year. Fellas done the game has been quite good, so it'd be great to win the big one, you know, there's no doubt about it.
So I'm just going to go out there and play the best I can, keep a real composed game plan and make sure my course management's in good shape, and we'll see what happens.
So you have it, you can see the scores slightly higher than we expected this week. So we wanted to offer you some deep analysis, a professional's opinion on exactly why that is. But unfortunately, we couldn't find a professional. So instead we got you John E. Morgan. John, over to you.
Well, thanks, Laura. And we're here, obviously, in Portugal for our grand final. What a golf course. I mean, it's a par 72. It's just over 7,200 yards long, the Faldo course. Absolute beauty. I mean, the back nine is very Humpty Dumpty, very hilly, can take the wind out of your sails more ways than one. Very risk and rewardy as well, this golf course. The front nine is where I think you've got to try and make your score. I mean, the scoring has been really high the first 2 rounds. I think it's going to be the same because that wind has been blowing a hoolie come midday. But at the moment, I'm not feeling very much, so he might just go low.
So here's how our leaderboard is shaping up. Sam Robert-Shaw of Walsall Golf Club is level with Joe Dean on 2 under. Niall Kearney will be looking for his first win and is sitting 4 shots off the lead. The 16-year-old wonder kid from Korea, MK Kim, is also on 4 under, and topping the pile in his first professional season is Adam Chapman on 8 under. So there we have it, that's our Sky Sports Tour Championship leaderboard and our top 5. But which of our players will progress to the Challenge Tour? Let's get you into the action of the final round with our commentary team, Scott Drummond, Johnny Morgan and Michael McMullen.
Thanks, Laura. James Adams started the week in that all-important 5th place on £20,430. The winner here gets over 22,000, so every player came into this event with a chance, although for anyone outside the top 15, only a win will be good enough if they're to end the day with a Challenge Tour card. And here's our leader.
Yeah, Chapman firing one away, getting his round underway. Big day ahead, John.
It is indeed, Scotty, and I tell you what, that is the perfect start. Finding the fairway off the tee, settles the nerves, and look at this, just pivots lovely, full rotation, unleashes, clears those zips out of the way and thunderbolts it, dissects that fairway.
Sticky Hodgson here at the 2nd, dropped a shot at the 1st. Not the start he was looking for, a bogey 5.
Yeah, playing with Jonathan Thompson, the big man, the mountain. I tell you what, there's going to be some good play between these two, and that's a great shot by Stiggy.
Tough opening hole this. Jordan Risdale, the only player to birdie it all day.
Well, let's see what Chapman can do. He's in great position here. Surely taking dead aim from there.
Oh, that's adrenaline. That is adrenaline. Over the green he goes.
Chapman blasted the longest drive of this final 3-ball away on the first hole, and the adrenaline is obviously pumping because he has flown the green here. He's now got a challenging little pitch back. Working to his favour though, it's slightly into a slope. He's got enough green to work with and the ball's lying pretty nicely. He should get up and down from here 9 times out of 10, but it's a little tester on the first green of this final round.
We'll be back there in a moment to see what happens, but this is Hodgson now. Hasn't birdied any of the par 3s in either of the first 2 rounds, but he's got a chance to do it here at the 2nd hole.
Yeah, slightly uphill putt there. Straight in the middle. Pulls that shot back that he dropped at the 1st.
Well, Chapman dropped a shot at the 1st on the opening day to start his week. In danger of doing the same today.
He's got the blade well open. He's gone for the loft. It should run out, but no. He's dug its hooves in, and it's short.
Yeah, just into that little upslope that Kit was talking about. And that is another tester on the first green.
Sam Robert-Shaw here, opened with a 73, but decent 69 in the 2nd round. Bogeyed the 1st today, par the 2nd. Here he is at 3.
Yeah, taking it over a little bit of the corner here. A bit of shrubbery on the left-hand side, but you can really open your shoulders out with driver, and look at this. Oh, nearly at the guy there, just shy. That'll be in the bunker, I'd imagine. That'll be a tough up and down.
There, Chapman. We saw his pitch come up a little shy on line. He's got this one to save par. And he's left that short. Perhaps a little bit of nerves on that one, John?
Well, I was just about to say exactly the same thing, Scotty. That's got to be nerves, hasn't it? Just a little bit sensitive.
Yeah, disappointing. Great drive. Probably fancied the 2nd shot in the air, but long. McElroy.
Yeah, he's parred all of the first 3. He'll want to start making a move at the first of the par 5s if he can get up and down here. He's given himself some sort of chance.
Yeah, McElroy there, just a little bit heavy-handed with that, past the hole. Now the big man for birdie at 3, straight up the hill this one. Might turn a little bit off the right. No, he's got it. Straight in she goes.
Yeah, he dropped a shot at the 2nd, but he's got it straight back, and he's birdied this hole in every round this week.
Yeah, he's a big guy, John, and I think he's one to watch out for today. most definitely. Playing with Hodgson.
Well, this man's got the heart of a lion, Stiggy, and he's not frightened of it. Once he gets a bit between his teeth, no holding him back.
That's back-to-back birdies for him as we return to McIlroy.
Go on. Yes. Great up and down from the bunker there.
They're the ones you need, aren't they, Scotty? They're the ones you need.
First birdie of the day for him. This man is 8th in the race to Amendoira, so he's still got every chance of making that all-important top 5.
Long tee shot, as John said, finished in the trap, green side, and he's played a beauty there. That is a great effort.
Solid start for Kim. He's parred the first 2 holes. Here he is now at the 3rd.
Yeah, opening up with driver. Having a crack at this. Little bit of breeze down off the left-hand side. You can go dead aim at the flag, and it'll push it to the right. And that is where his ball is, just on that right-hand side. Hold up. Oh, he's not going to be able to get much control out of that rough, but look at this for a swing, Scotty.
Yeah, he's been impressive to watch all year. Amazing to think he's only 16 years of age.
Now, Chapman, of course, had a hole-in-one at the 2nd yesterday. He's parred it today after that dropped shot at the 1st.
Yeah, this is a man that won't hold back. Good striker of a golf ball, Chapman. Taken out with driver, and look at this. Bounding. Bounding, slow down ball. Oh, that's going to be a tough up and down. Wonder what he's going to do from there. Is he going to putt it? Is he going to chip it? I wonder.
Jonathan Thompson, no wins this season, but he's been runner-up twice, and I know he's a player you think has got a huge amount of potential, John.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he hits the ball further than I've ever seen anyone that can get on tour. If he finally gets there, he's going to make a big impact. He's going to dominate the par 5s and par 4s and reduce the par 3s, well, to wedges.
Robert Shaw now looking for his first birdie of the day to cancel out the shot he dropped on the opening hole.
Yeah, safely in. Great bunker shot. Finishes it off with a really solid putt.
Whatever happens today, Scott, I think Kim really has been the story of this EuroPro Tour season.
Yeah, it's been sublime, hasn't it, to see a young lad like Kim come through the ranks. And we all look forward to watching his progress in the years to come.
And this could really get Thompson right in the mix.
Yeah, this is a fast putt. Here, Michael, down the hill. Oh, just missing on that right-hand side. You feel that one's just slipped away on him there. You'd have fancied that.
Yeah, and I think the players with less wind today, John, they'll be certainly feeling there's potentially a low one out there.
Definitely, but it's all down to nerves, isn't it, Scott? I mean, this is massive for these guys. I mean, all of a sudden, oh, he's gone the aerial route, actually. Hold on a minute. Slow down ball. It's caught the downslope. I thought he might just knock that to the top of the hill and let the momentum, the weight of the ball just feed down to the hole, but he went for the big flopper.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Either way he played it, it was going to be tough.
First look today at Joe Dean, 75 in the first round, but a fine 67 yesterday, and he started with 3 pars today.
Oh. Boom, get in there.
Well, that is a bonus. Big bonus. Now, Chapman. Great tee shot. Finished slightly awkward. We saw the flop shot. Can he roll this one up the hill positively? Go on.
Oh, he's lagged another one in the heart of the hole. He did it at the first. He's done it again at the 3rd.
And that now means that Kim will have a putt to get back to 2 behind.
Yeah, it's all tightening up, which is what we want. Bit of drama on the final day.
You watch this lad, right? As soon as he knows he's got it, you'll walk straight after it. I bet you, for about 3/4 of the way, if he's got it, you'll walk. Look at that.
There you go.
He does it all the time.
Brilliant.
He's birdied that hole in every round, and now moving right into contention. So Adam Chapman, rocky start for him. His lead cut in half, 7 under, 2 ahead of Kim now. Carney in 3rd place and 4 under, and then it's Dean on 3 under. One notable absentee from the leaderboard, Chris Lloyd. He's withdrawn with an injury.
It's my right wrist. It's pretty much troubled me probably for the second half of the year. I had an injection just before the event at McInnes, so that was probably about 10 weeks ago now. It was okay. It was manageable, but it's sort of got progressively worse the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, really. So it's obviously very frustrating, but you have to look at the bigger picture. I've got tour school next week. Obviously, I would have liked to give the 4th win a good run, but like I said, bigger picture needs to be looked at. So yeah, home tonight and then see the doctor as soon as possible.
In Lloyd's absence, it's Adam Chapman who steps up and leads the way. His score of 7 under putting him on course for victory in the Tour Championship in his rookie season. Welcome back to the Tour Championship, the climax of the EuroPro Tour season, where Adam Chapman is still out in front, but only by 2 shots now on 7 under. MK Kim has closed to 5 under. Niall Carney still very much in contention, as is Joe Dean, after a bright enough start for him. And plenty of players on 2 under, looking to catch up if the front runners should slip up in any way. But some problems for Chapman at the 4th. Here's Kit.
That's Chapman's ball in the middle of a bush down the left-hand side of this 4th fairway. He's found it, but he's not going to be able to play it. His only option here is to take an unplayable. He goes back on line of the pin and the ball. The trouble is, that just takes him further into the desert. He may not even have an option to do that. If he doesn't, he has to go back to the tee and hit 3 off the tee here on this par 5.
Well, here he is. He's trying to get his line, direct line between where the ball rested and the flag. He's got to go back on a straight line there, John. So he's just making sure he's doing it 100% correct.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy drop, as we see Kearney here. Looks like he's going for the layup. Over the water, shy of the bunker. Yeah, and he's done that well. That's obviously to a yardage that suits him.
All par so far for him, looking to get things going here at the 4th.
No Dean. Second shot, good position here. Good balance swing there.
Setting up a chance for his 2nd birdie in a row as we go back to the struggles of Chapman.
Yeah, look where he's had to try and drop it. All that shrapnel. He's just chopped it out there into the middle of the fairway, and that's a good play there.
Yeah, that is rough territory there. Now Robert Short, 2nd to the 5th.
One of the early winners on the tour this season at Ballycastine back in May.
Steady with the spin. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, pin right at the front there on the left-hand side. Really able to get at it, but got to be down that right-hand side off the tee. It's a must. Now, here we go. 4th shot for Chapman.
Yeah, he'd have been looking to eat up these par 5s, but an errant tee shot could be costly. Unless he can fire this one in close, salvage a par.
I'm just hearing that he fell down while he was in there and just put a couple of thorns through his hand. He's just picked them out, so he's a brave boy, strong lad, fighting through it now.
Can you see much in his body language, John, to suggest that he's feeling the pressure of the situation?
Well, I think the scores on the doors, you know, Kim, who's hot to trot at the moment, is breathing down his neck, and this man as well. It's not easy. And, you know, he knows he's got to win if he wants that top 5, so all the pressure is on him. But like he said, he's going out there like he's behind, and I think that's a good way. I think he could come on strong.
Joe Dean started the day 6 shots off the lead. He has a chance now to reduce that to 3 already.
Yeah, some good movement in the leaderboard early on, and that's a beauty to make.
And given the struggles that Chapman is having, he's got a good chance to get even closer.
Now this will be a legendary part.
It would, Scotty, it would.
This is a tough putt down the slope, isn't it, John?
It is. It's going to gather pace right about now and feed all the way down. It should move a little bit left to right. He's just not quite giving it. There's a little knee knocker left for a bogey.
Robert Short also played a great approach into this 5th. This for his birdie. Drops in the front door.
Moving right into contention now for his 2nd win of the year. So many players being brought right back into it by the start Chapman has made.
Yes, really opened things up today.
Slightly off the right. Oh, and drops one. I tell you what, great putt there. I tell you what, this man's hoping for a lot of wind, hoping that wind really gets up. Cracking wind player. Kearney, he really is.
Well, he represents Royal Dublin, and the wind certainly knows how to blow there. Former Irish Open venue. Great battle there between Ballesteros and Langer back in the 80s, as we look at Thompson.
Two pretty good names.
What a beautiful pitch there, John.
Yeah, that's good hands there from the big man. Really good.
Third birdie already today. 9th in the race to Amendoira. He's given himself every chance of making this a very big day.
Making the move, bud. Making the move. And this man just, well, that's a bogey. And you know Kim is hot on his tail, and there it is.
Yeah, Chapman's lead down to a single stroke now.
Nadine, his approach. 4th shot on this par 5. And he doesn't like that one.
Yeah, lost his balance there, and looks like he caught the flyer, Scotty, and that is, well, massive. That's flown a lot. Well, here we go, come to 5, and it is one of those holes you can make birdie. The pin over on the left-hand side and at the front of the green, you can really take it on, aim it down the right, away from that huge bunker. You can see the water. That's not really in play for these boys. You know, the wind will be slightly into their faces a little bit on the tee, so it's going to play a little bit longer than normal, but they'll be going in with nice wedges, and they can use a nice little bank that's on the left-hand side and then feed it back towards the flag. So good opportunity for a birdie. We've seen Robert Shaw and Joe Dean get one, so these boys might just do the same.
Well, Adam Chapman likes this hole. He's birdied it in both rounds so far. He could do with one now.
Yeah,
he might get it.
That's a great approach there, Michael. It was just one of his wedges, like John said. And that should settle things down a bit, we hope. No Robert Shaw. 3rd to the par 5. You can hear that breeze now. Picking up. Nothing like the first 2 days, though.
I must admit, Scotty, you know, there's 3 holes on this front 9, you know, 4, 5 and 6 where you can try and make your score. The rest of the holes, you know, pretty tough cookies all in all.
Yeah, it's all about course management.
So from 4 behind overnight, Kim probably can't believe that he's only a shot adrift this early.
Oh, he's staring this one down. He's staring this one down. Oh, got the clubbing wrong there, mate. Yeah, he looks baffled.
Well, Joe Dean could be undoing all his good early work here at the 6th.
Yeah, this is his 5th shot now. Got a swing, but it's a tough one. Oh, another 2 yards. That could have been pretty close. But now he's got another little delicate chip shot.
Now a chance here for Kim to go joint leader.
Yeah, it's a tall order though. It's a fast putt. From distance. Oh, it's tracking. Oh, he's hold it. Little fist bump as well there.
So impressive, this young man. And he looks completely in control.
Yeah, 2 under for the day already, and he's caught Chapman.
Nadine needs to chip this in for bogey. Back into the breeze, can be a little bit more aggressive with it, which he is.
Oh, just high side, that was close. Yeah,
Dean,
that's going to hurt.
I was going to say, John, he came in 35th on the race to Amendoira, so he has to win today, and that's certainly not going to do his chances any good.
Nah, it's not easy. There's a few people in the same boat as Joe, so yeah, you've got to go for it. Go for broke.
Now Chapman can immediately regain the lead here, outright, that Kim has just claimed a share of.
Oh, Larry, lip out. That looked into me. It just drifted right at the very end. Just too much. Caught it hard on the right-hand side, and well, defied the laws of gravity there.
Well, no one's played the par 5s better than Sam Robertshaw over the first 2 rounds. Looking here for his 3rd birdie in the last 4 holes. And he's got it. He's birdied this every day. Robertshaw to 4 under.
Yeah, that was a big swing off the right. Just managed to grab the left edge. Great putt.
So all changed. Kim and Chapman already tied for the lead. That 4-shot deficit that Kim faced has been wiped out. They're both 6 under. Carney on 5 under. Robertshaw on 4 under. Thompson still very much in the mix on 3 under.
Now Carney. 2nd shot to the par 5. going at it with the fairway wood. Good swing there, nice and balanced in the breeze, as you need to be.
Oh, that's going to be a monster putt. Look at that. That's all of 70, 80 feet. Now, Chapman coming out with an iron here for his second shot. Oh, he's thumped that. Has he got the height? Can it land softly? If he's gone straight at the stick, it's got to be the number. Oh, my goodness. And this is, well, nearly on another hole.
This is turning into Greg Norman territory now. Shades of Augusta 96. It's a bit of a nightmare for him early on. Not so for this man, Kim. He's having a dream season. Only 16. He won't turn 17 till next March. Not surprisingly, his role model, KJ Choi, one of the most famous of all Korean golfers. And back-to-back winner on the EuroPro this season.
Yeah, and here he is. Another solid swing. Walking after that. I think he likes it.
Cool, does he, Scotty? Look at that. Middle of the dance floor.
McIlroy. Second to 9. Needs to start making some birdies here.
Yeah, he's only had one so far. All the rest pars for him. Okay, let's go back to Kit at the 6th.
Thanks, guys. Well, Kim is absolutely on fire at the moment. 2 more wonderful shots to set up an eagle opportunity here. He's got about 35 feet, but he's just going to have to be a little bit careful. It's downhill, downwind. If he gets too aggressive on this, it could just get away from him. The last thing he wants to do is give up an easy birdie chasing an eagle.
Well, this is going to be very hard work for Chapman here.
Yeah, he was unlucky. That approach pitched right on the back edge of the green on the downslope. Oh, that's a majestic shot there.
Yeah, that's a cracking touch. Nice that he had that wind slightly into his face to hold that ball up. Just able to be nice and confident with it. Now, Robert Short at 8, at 4 under, needs a big move.
Right in there now, only 2 off the lead.
Oh, he's doing the walk, he's doing the run, he's doing the Sergio run. That's come up shy and right. Oh, he liked that in the air.
Yeah, he did indeed. Wasn't far off.
Now Carney has this to leapfrog over Chapman and Kim and take the outright lead.
Well, it's all of 70 feet, 80 feet. He'll be happy to roll this one up. Dead. Go on. Keep going.
Oh, that's a good putt there, Scotty.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that.
They always say inside a dustbin lid, but just outside ain't bad either from that distance. Now McIlroy down the hill for birdie. Slots that one in nicely.
And that completes a very decent front 9 of 34. He's not out of this by any means.
Yeah, definitely don't write him off. Dangerous player, good player, Dermot. Now Kim, eagle chance.
Looking to be the second player to eagle this hole today and become the outright leader, at least for a few moments.
Oh, that's not bad. Nice little tap in for a birdie. I'm sure you're just going to knock that one in.
Yeah, he's doing everything right today. He's keeping himself fully under control, making it simple.
No problems for Robert Shaw at the 8th.
Yeah, in the bunker, a big splash shot there and coming up short, too much sand. And he's left himself a lot of work to do.
Now Carney, we saw that monster putt. 2.5 feet here. Just needs to make sure of it, which he does.
2 under for the first 6 today. Making a decent move.
Yeah, solid start, really is. Now Chapman coming up after that cracking chip, way over the green, got it to just no more than 2 feet. Gets his lead back.
Yeah, so they're both now on 7 under. He wasn't certain of his par really after that approach shot, but he's done really well to make his birdie there, and that's bound to settle him.
Yeah, that was a real good up and down. Now this one needs to go in for par. Go on. Great effort. Just in that sticky bit of grass, just off the fringe.
Carney at the 7th. Tough hole this. Steve Surrey, the only player to have birdied it today.
Wonderful noise that. You hear the ball going past the mic. He's looking anxiously though. Well, that is again in all sorts of trouble.
Robert Shaw tidying up for his bogey here, and he won't want to play this hole again in a hurry. He's bogeyed it in every round.
Kearney's ball went into that water hazard with pace there. He's probably going to have to take a drop, and when he's playing his next shot, he's not going to be able to see the base of the flag. He may not even be able to see the top of it. That makes it so much more difficult to commit to a line and length.
So let's go back to Thompson now, out in 34 despite his drop shot at the 2nd, so he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, 2nd to the 10th. Another towering iron shot. And that's a good one. Another opportunity.
Well, he's had to go through the proceedings here, to drop it on the path, take his medicine, then he gets to drop to the nearest point after that, off the path, and this is what he's got left. Now this is 3rd shot. Plenty of green to work with, and what a touch. Now you've got to think he's going to be walking away with a bogey, and he'd be happy with that.
Yeah, most definitely. That was a wild one. Now back to Thompson. Saw the approach in. 18 feet for birdie here.
Oh, watch, hold on tight. This man wants it.
He's staying in there very nicely at the moment. So it's going to be a first drop shot of the day for Carney, but not too bad given the position he was in. The longest of the par 3s this. So he goes back to 2 behind. Kim and Chapman, we saw them both birdie the 6th. They've both now parred the 7th, so on 7 under, they're now 2 ahead of Carney, who's dropped back to 5 under. Thompson very much in the mix, going really nicely on 4 under. McIlroy and Robert Shaw on 3 under. And you can't even entirely rule out Joe Dean, who's 2 under with 10 to go. Let's go to Laura.
Now I'm joined now by Tim Henshaw, who's the CEO and also the co-founder of HotelPlanner.com. Tim, for 5 years you guys have been the title sponsor of this event. So what is it about the EuroPro Tour that you guys are so passionate about?
Well, thanks, Laurie, for having me here. This is the 5th year, and every year it keeps getting better. It is one of the premier golf tours in the world, and we're very proud to be a title sponsor. Our company that's come from humble roots, has been in business for 14 years, has always been about giving back to the community. So, you know, being able to title sponsor a developmental tour means a lot to us. Sports is a big part of what we do. We do big events, we do group travel, and this is one of the premier sports that also gives back to the community as well. So it's just right up our alley for our company's ethos.
Here at Imogen in the Tour Championship, Kim and Chapman still locked together at 7 under. More to come after the break. Welcome back to the Tour Championship at Amentuera, where there's a tie for the lead in the final round. 16-year-old MK Kim from South Korea tied with Adam Chapman on 7 under par. Chapman was 4 ahead overnight, but that's been wiped out over the course of this front 9. Niall Carney 2 back, Jonathan Thompson then on 4 under, McIlroy and Robert Shaw 4 off the lead. John now will talk us through the 11th.
Well, we come to the first par 3 of the back 9, the 11th, and what a beauty it is. I mean, I look at it, it's 163 yards, 2 massive deep bunkers just shy of the green, huge, humongous tier in it as well, halfway up this green as well, and it fades round to the right-hand side. Water over the back, it's 30 deep, pin on the right-hand side on final day. My goodness, you better have the right number, and you better hit it out the sweet spot as well, because if you don't hit it on your number, you're going to be in the bunker, or you're going to be in the water long, or you're going to have an awkward lie on the right-hand side. Either way, you need to hit the dance floor on here.
And here is Dermot McIlroy playing the 11th. He's finished second a couple of times this season. First 2 events of the season, in fact, and he came in here off the back of some decent form in the last few events.
Yeah, he was looking good start of the year for a guaranteed top 5. Whoa! Look at that one, John.
Yeah, that is the trouble you have. You miss this green, you're either in a very deep bunker or you're in water or an awkward lie.
So from that Irishman to another one, Niall Carney followed his bogey at the 7th by parring the 8th. Here he is now on 9.
Yeah, ideally you want to shake the ball from right to left with your second shot and kind of feed it back towards that flag. This man's got it in his bag. Nice little draw from right to left. Chapman. Oh, I think he's leaked it out to the right, has he? Oh, but look at that. Chubby checker. Feeds it back a little bit.
Yeah, just a short wedge there, John. Good contact.
Yeah, picks the club up really quickly and then just drops it on the inside and just lets the hands release nicely down towards the target. Now, here we go. McIlroy. Now he's got to get some serious height on this. Look at that. Up his left nostril. Get up. Stay there.
Yeah, he took his drop, so that was actually his 3rd. He hasn't dropped a shot, in fact, since this hole yesterday, but he's going to drop at least one on the 11th today.
I tell you what, I'd have run up there like Forrest Gump if I was him. Quickly mark that baby before it came back to my feet. Now Robert Shaw.
He was out in 35. 3 birdies, but a couple of dropped shots as well.
Great view of this approach shot with the hybrid. Yeah, beauty. Very, very good. Outside chance.
Now Kim with a bit of work to do here at the 9th to avoid dropping his first shot today.
Yeah, this is an interesting play, chipping it. He hasn't got much fringe. It looks all nice and cut as well. Surprised he's not putting it. And there we go, coming up a little bit shy. A little bit of work to be done, but that just shows you the confidence of the young man. Fearless.
Absolutely. A lot of guys would have reached straight for the putter there.
You one of them, Scotty?
No.
I know I would have.
No, no.
No?
No.
You would have chipped it?
Fully confident with the chip,
God,
mate.
look at you. You the man.
Now, this would be a very good bogey if McIlroy could make this putt.
Oh, what have we got? Well done. Well done.
Well, that is a huge putt for him. To drop just one shot there. He can still mount a charge. A few holes left.
Carney looking to get back the shot he dropped at the 7th. This would take him out in 34.
Yeah, that's a good roll. That's a good roll. Get down there. Oh, he hadn't hit it. I got to ask you, Scott, what was it like, mate? Winning, you know, BMW PGA Championship at Wentworth or getting your car, where do you feel the most pressure? Because these boys are fighting for their cars to get on the Challenge Tour and win a tournament as well.
Yeah, no, indeed. It's two different types of pressure, you know. Pressure to win a tournament, you're playing well, you're up there. If you don't quite win it, you still had a great week. When you're trying to qualify for something for your whole season, I think there's definitely more pressure on that.
Joe Dean, who's had 3 pars in a row since we saw him running up that double bogey 7 at the 6th. Adam Chapman, his role model, Tiger Woods, the 14-time major champion. Favourite course, Kingsbarns, which we saw recently in the Dunhill Links, and Kit caught up with him before the final round.
Adam, it's your first full season as a pro, so how have things gone for you?
A bit up and down, really. Set off the season pretty good. Then it sort of mellowed out a bit, and then I hurt my back halfway through the season, so you know, I had a bad run for probably about 3 weeks, but apart from that, it's been okay. A little bit disappointing so far, but hopefully this week can change that.
Yeah, you did enough to get yourself in the Tour Championship and give yourself this chance, though. What were your expectations coming into the week?
Quite high, because I've been playing really, really nicely, so just needed everything to come together, and so far it has.
Yeah, and he's turning things around after a difficult start to the day. Here he is looking for his birdie on the 9th. Dropped 2 shots early on, but if this goes in, he's got them both back.
Yeah, that'll be a great achievement to close out the front 9. Go on. Yes, he's done it. And it's all about the back 9.
And he's back to where he started the day at 8 under par.
Looks nice and relaxed. He does, taking everything in his stride. And it's a shame we haven't seen much of him this year, but that's because obviously having a bad back has hindered him.
So Robert Shaw could really do with this one going in now. He's back to 5 behind. This to get back within 4, and he's got it.
Yeah, we're seeing some nice putts being rolled in now. And there's still all to play for.
And we saw Carney miss his birdie attempt. He's got this for his par.
Oh, didn't see that coming. That was a straight pull left.
It's one of those where he's probably almost as far past the hole now, with the putt coming back.
Yeah, it was a positive roll. Now Dean, can he put a positive roll on it? He can. Another one drops in.
Yeah, follows in Robert short from distance.
Tied 5th at Frilford Heath back in May, his best finish of the season.
Now Carney for his bogey. Yeah, no mistake in that one, but it's a shot gone.
And he's given back both of the shots he picked up early on, so he's out in 36 and now back to 4 behind. So Adam Chapman regains the outright lead on 8 under par, 1 ahead of Min Koo Kim as they turn for home, and they've put a bit of distance between themselves and the rest. Thompson, Robertshaw and Carney all at 4 under. And here is Thompson.
Yeah, this par 3 11th that John showed us earlier. Lots of trouble around it. Club selection vital, and controlling your ball flight in this breeze also vital.
Coming off the back of a birdie at the previous hole.
Look at that though, boys. Look at that. Catches the tear. Is that going to stop? I don't think it is, and that is off.
Why?
And that's going to be a tough up and down from there, Scotty. It really is.
Yeah, that really shows the undulation of this golf course. Now Kim, second shot to 10.
Oh, he's staring that down. Look, he's gone for the run as well. He's trying to see where this is going. And this is a strong hole, this 10th. And that's down in the, well, I think the bunker down on the left-hand side. What a swing here, though, Scott.
Yeah, great balance and poise. Very good angles.
You might say he's got a great career ahead of him.
I think you and everyone else, and Michael, I think we all in agreement that that man's got a seriously bright future. 16 years of age. He's only going to get stronger, fitter, wiser, and that is very heavy-handed from Jonathan, and that's a long putt coming back to save his par. Yeah, but it's better to be long there though than short, because you can catch the slope and it could be back down by your feet again.
Yeah, he's 3 off the lead, but running out of holes, and he's got his problems there. Carney's had his problems, bogey 2 of the last 3 holes, the 7th and the 9th.
Perfect position for his approach here. Eyeing it down. Steady now, steady. That could have just caught the edge of the trap. Lovely clean strike.
It was indeed, Scott. Just a little bit unlucky there. Now a big putt. This one definitely going to be moving off his left. And where this pin is today, devilish from the tee. You go half a club too much, you're in the water over the back of the green. Anything too short, you're in a big deep bunker. Not easy. And well, he's lagged that one up. Still about 2.5 feet to go for his bogey. And Kit's back down at the 10th.
Chapman's got lucky here. He's over in this copse of trees, but he's got a little avenue up to the pin. It's uphill, so he'll need to judge how it's going to release out through that grass, because he can't fly it all the way.
Let's see if he can make the most of that little lucky break that he had. Still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it's always tricky when you've got to run it through fringe. He's judged that pretty well. Work to be done though.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be over happy with that. Doesn't look like the best of lies. Quite sandy down in there. You can see that just pop up. I think that's taken a bit of the sting out of his tail there. Bit of work to be done.
I think he was hoping that was going to come out a bit lower and shoot, perhaps.
Defo, Scotty.
So Thompson goes back to 3 under. Started the week by finishing joint 2nd in the pre-tournament Pro-Am behind Jonathan Caldwell. You played in that, didn't you, John?
I did indeed. I did indeed. Very windy. Not very good though, I've got to say. I didn't play my best. I'm currently staying above ground. Didn't go into the bunker. And that was an awkward lie. Got no spin off it. And that's a lot of work to be done to save his par coming back up the hill.
Dean at the 11th, looking to build on his birdie at the previous hole.
This has proved to be a little bit treacherous for a few players, as we've seen. What can Dean do? Steady, steady. Oh, just too far left. Now, will that go all the way, John?
Cool.
Hang on.
This easily could. Oh, and it's defied the laws of gravity. That's going to be such a tough up and down from there, though. I mean, it's a good 4 or 5 feet, the height of that tier. Extreme.
Back to Kim, who didn't drop a shot on the front 9. He was out in 33, but he might drop one here at the 10th.
Yeah, I think think he must have not had a particularly good lie there. No action on that ball. Plenty of loft on it, but it released out.
Back to 11 and Robert Shaw.
Now, this will be no more than a gentle 7, maybe just a lean on an 8. You want to get the spin though. If you're brave and go straight at this pin, you want to be just shy of it. Don't want to be long. And there you are, he's too shy of it. And that's going to be really hard from there.
Now Chapman, we saw the pitch from between the trees come up a bit short, about 15 feet here for par.
So he goes back to -7, and that means if Kim can make his par-saving putt, they'll be back to being tied with 8 to play.
Now here's Dean. We saw the approach hang on to the fringe.
I mean, look how hard he's had to hit that right above the tier. Now it slows down. Oh my goodness. He can't believe it.
Has to win to have a chance of that Challenge Tour card, so he needs something very special to happen as we see Chapman tidy up and go back to 7 under par. And that means that Robert Shaw could get right back into it if he could make something special happen here, but this is very tough.
Yeah, this would be extra special. He'll be more than happy to take 2 putts from here and move on to the next. Up the tier, enough pace. Come on.
So hard to get at that hole there, Scott. I mean, he had a bit of recall in his follow-through there with his putter. He tried to hit it so hard.
Yeah, that was, well, a couple of putts there we've seen. Need a lot of brute force to get it there. Now Kim out of the trap to here. Slides by.
Yeah, Chapman's drop shot briefly left them in a share of the lead, but not for long. Kim goes back to 1 behind.
Just what a beautiful day it is, though. Glorious, not a cloud in the sky. Look at that. Perfect day for golf. Just a little bit of breeze, not a great deal. This one moving off the right for Joe to save his par. Up and out of that very quickly. And he looks, well, dejected.
Yeah, such a short par 3. Guys not happy at dropping shots, but it is such a small target area.
It's only a few holes ago that Carney had a putt to be the outright leader, but a lot's changed since then. And he won't want to see this 10th hole again for a while because he's bogeyed it in every round.
Yeah, they've all bogeyed it today, Michael. Not an easy hole.
Robert Shaw, we saw his long putt from the front of the green up to here, about 4 feet. Gonna be nice and positive with these ones. Well, he wasn't happy with that. I think he felt it took a little jump.
Might have got unlucky there with a little old spike mark in his way, which obviously you can't tap down.
Well, Joe Dean had to win today, as I said, but it looks pretty unlikely now. Remember, anyone outside the top 15 on the Race to Amendoira coming in here had to win to have a chance of getting one of those 5 Challenge Tour cards. But it looks a long shot for Joe Dean now. And Robert Shaw's challenge could be starting to fizzle out a bit as well. Takes him back to 3 under with 7 to play.
And there you go. He's gone and repaired. I think it was that spike mark.
Dermot McIlroy, attached to Ballymena, my hometown. Another player whose role model is Tiger Woods. No surprise, his favourite course is Royal Portrush. Fantastic links up there in Northern Ireland. And Kit talked to him before he teed off.
The first 2 rounds have been very tricky, obviously, because high winds. And the pin positions have been quite tricky as well. But in general, if you drive it well, I think you'll score well around here. And especially today, where there's not much wind, I expect some of those scores.
How relieved were you when you saw that the forecast was for not quite so much wind for the final round?
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it because I've had a lot of good shots. I've had to come up short this week due to the wind. So yeah, no, I feel I'm playing really well. So I'm expecting myself to shoot a good score today.
So many good golfers coming out of Northern Ireland these days, John, and it's largely because the game's so accessible there.
Oh, it is. I mean, what courses you got? Passionate about their sport, especially golf. And this man, well, love his confidence. What a great interview that was. Up for the task.
And he goes to 3 under. 4 behind this man, who's 1 ahead with 8 to go.
Big shot here for him. Heart of the green, if you can.
Whoa! Heart of the green, talk about take the flag out. What a shot that is.
It was almost his 2nd hole-in-one of the week.
Incredible shot. Now Carney just doing his little pre-shot routine there to get his posture right, we think.
And he's bogeyed 3 of the last 4 holes. It's all gone a bit wrong for him.
Oh, down into Robert Shaw territory. We know how tough that is down there. Now, shy of this green, Jonathan. Green way above him. He's flown it all the way. And here comes the spin, using the bank behind it. And that's a clever play. Good course management there.
Good chance of a birdie on the shortest of the par 4s on this course.
Now Kim on 11. This for his birdie.
Yeah, straight up the hill. Go ball, go ball. Oh my goodness.
Steady.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's coming back to him.
Oh no. Now is that going to go? Well, it's the walk of shame. Across the green.
Well, I tell you what, he's done it. I don't think we're going to see him hang around. Yeah, straight back into it. He knows he's just got to hit it harder. Maybe he had the line, you just never know. But now this for a par.
This really is one of the most treacherous greens we've seen. With this pin position.
Oh.
Incredible.
Oh my goodness.
That's the strangest 2-putt you'll see all year.
Have you ever seen a par like that? Jeez Louise. And he just takes it in his stride. Thank you very much.
Now here's the man who lost a playoff to Kim at East Sussex National, Niall Carney. Looking to get some momentum back. Oh, this shot might do it.
Not as well. Oh my goodness, they're going in left, right and centre. And you've still got Chapman, well, within gimme range for a 2 as well, but that's some 2 by Kearney there. And what a par by Kim. Struth.
All feeding off each other. Incredible stuff. Now Thompson. We saw his pitch using the back slope, bringing it down this for birdie.
Oh, grabs the left edge.
So we just saw Carney go -4. We've now seen Thompson go -4. They're all waiting in the wings if these leaders slip up. But Adam Chapman's going in the other direction. A birdie for him. He goes to 8 under. And now 2 strokes clear with 7 to play. MK Kim in 2nd place. Thompson and Carney now 4 back as they head into the closing stretch. McIlroy and Robert Shaw, well, they really need a big finish now. They're 5 behind the leader, Adam Chapman. So that's how it stands here on the Algarve, the perfect location for a big golfing event, as Chris Howell from Oceanico explains.
We're really excited. We've hosted a number of big tournaments here, and as a group, the Oceanico group has hosted the Portuguese Masters for the past 9 years, up until really recently. So we're familiar with hosting events. We know what the operators want, and hopefully we know what the players want. So we're really excited. Seen some of the guys, yeah. There's one chap here who's about 7 foot tall, who I understand hit our 600-yard par 5 to 12th with a drive and a 4-iron. Kind of got used to that a little bit, so it just puts an amateur like me into perspective when I can't even reach into. The Algarvian people just generally like to entertain. They're very hospitable. So really the whole thing comes together when you've got great courses. We think we've got 2 of the best courses in the Algarve, and the majority of people that come and play here actually confirm that for us. And we've obviously got a novel feature, which is the par 3, which is floodlit, which is absolutely fantastic because it's 24/7 golf.
Well, before day turns in tonight, the winner of this Tour Championship and the final placings in the order of merit will be known. The concluding holes in the Sky Sports Tour Championship are coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Tour Championship. Before we rejoin the action, Imogen and Kit have taken time out at Valderrama to catch up with some graduates of this tour.
Hola, we've come down to the Andalucia Valderrama Masters to catch up with some of our former EuroPro Tour players who are now making noise at the top tier of European golf.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. You know, we had a great bunch of lads at the time. There was Phil Kenyon, John Cockcroft. I look back on them days as the best of my life. You've seen so many good players over the last few years come onto the main tour that played EuroPro Tour, and it's a tour that's much needed.
You know, it's very difficult to actually get, turn pro and actually get your tour card straight away, and then keep it as well. Good sort of breeding ground for the younger guys to come through.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. You get used to the cameras there, and that is the first time, yeah, where there's any cameras and that. And I remember the first couple I played, and the cameras were there, and it was a bit like, oh, like that. And it does. It sort of, yeah, it definitely prepares you well.
It was awesome. I mean, the standard of golf week in, week out is so good on the EuroPro. First started playing it in 2012. Just played very steady the whole year in 15, and certainly the EuroPro puts you in a very good position if you then graduate to the Challenge Tour. And I feel it's been a massive benefit.
Yeah, they're pretty good memories. I had quite a decent year. I played 5 or 6 events last year, and I did pretty well. It was, like I said at the time, it was a nice welcome break from playing Challenge Tour, because I'd been struggling on Challenge Tour, and the standard is very good. Yeah, I really enjoyed my time playing on the EuroPro.
I know quite a few guys that are playing on there at the minute, and they say it's brilliant. You know, it's a well-run tour, and it's about learning the trade. I could never have won Challenge Tour unless I'd have played on that tour in the first place, so it was enormous.
I think I probably did about 6 years in total out there, and I was fortunate enough to win 4 times out there and win the grand final, and that was probably a turning point in my career, because it was make or break. It was either get a job or carry on playing golf, and to win that in 2011 was probably the biggest highlight. For me, although the EuroPro's got a lot to do with why I'm here now.
Kit, you've just caught up with some of our former players. How do you feel that they adapt to life on the European Tour?
Well, evidently incredibly well. It's a difficult step up, it's a higher standard, but the EuroPro Tour is preparing them excellently for that. You've just got to look at their records. Jordan Smith has won this year in his first year on tour. Aaron Ray has won 3 times on the Challenge Tour to earn his way up. Other players playing regularly on the European Tour now include Ashley Chesters, Andrew Johnston, of course, Chris Hansen. The list goes on, there are so many. And Tyrrell Hatton, of course, as well, before I forget.
He's got his back-to-back wins recently.
Absolutely superb form, a little bit of a quiet summer, but well established now in the top 20 of the world rankings. 2 wins, first ever man to successfully defend his Dunhill Links title, and that all started with Rookie of the Year on the EuroPro Tour, so it just goes to show what these guys can go on and achieve.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Thanks for that, Kit.
So who will be the graduates at the end of today? There's Adam Chapman, as we saw, 2 ahead now of MK Kim, Thompson and Carney at 4 under, and you'll see the scores of 67 posted by Jason Timmis and James Robinson, who had 10 birdies in his round today, including all of the last 3 holes.
Well, here's McIlroy. Little pitch up the green on the par 5. This for eagle if it goes in. A little bit shy.
So consistent this year. He's had 4 top 5s. That's the joint highest on the tour.
Now Robert Shaw for a 5. He's going to move slightly off his left. Oh, he's left it out there. Played for too much break. Hit it straight through it.
3 shots gone and 2 holes, and surely now he won't be winning this today.
Dermot McIlroy here for birdie, and what a pin position this is over on that right hand side. Not easy to get to. Oh, that's going to be agonizing there. He can't believe it. He's stunned.
Birdied it in both of the first 2 rounds, and so close to doing so again today.
And the guys know every shot so vital in these closing holes. As we go to Kim on 12, par 4. This is 3rd shot. Just a little pitch up. Great contact and control. Let's go to John now on 13.
I've come down to my drive, and this is what I got from a second. I'm kind of blindsided by these bushes that are in front of me, but I've hit it in a region of about 360 off the tee with the elevation, bit of the breeze down, you know, it's gone a country mile, but I'm on a bit of a downslope, so I know my ball flight is going to be considerably lower, and I need all the height I can get to kind of carry it to the green. But I still got a long way to go. I got about 260 yards from a second shot, all downhill. It kind of funnels on the left-hand side, so if you can get a sharp, fast one down the left-hand side, you might be able to skirt it on the green. Go on, baby. Fly like an eagle. Oh, that's got to be good. That's got to be good. Go on, fly it. Oh, it flew the green. Oh, slow down. Slow down. Oh, it's just disappeared. It's just disappeared. My goodness, I flew that miles.
Now that's a tough chip. I didn't think I was going to do that.
He's going in with a 7-iron here, John. He's making a mockery of this hole.
I know. I thought I hit it a good 2 hits, but this, ridiculous, Scotty.
Yeah, this is his massive advantage over most of the players.
He's birdied this hole in both of the first 2 days. Outside chance, it could be even better today.
Now Chapman. This for par on 12. Movement off the left. Come on. What a save.
Oh, I didn't think he hold it. I really didn't. He came out of that putt really quickly, but oh, yeah, you can see him breathing a sigh of relief there, seeing that one disappear. Now, the lengthy eagle attempt. Coming up a little bit of a tear here. Monster putt this. And a bit of left to right, right to left near the hole. Not easy to judge.
Great speed.
And this is, you can hear his caddy saying great speed. And it was.
James Adams remains the only player to eagle this hole today, but that should be a birdie for Thompson.
Now Kim, we saw his delightful little pitch up to here. Just got to be careful with this one. Yeah, no trouble for the young man.
Needed that. He was 3 behind if he missed.
Now Thompson, massive drive, medium iron or shortish iron. 2 putts.
3 behind, so not out of this yet, and he will finish in the top 5 and get one of those Challenge Tour cards if he should win today. Still only 21, attached to Rotherham Golf Club up in Yorkshire. His role model, Henrik Stenson, last year's Open champion, and his favourite course, Sunningdale, synonymous with the European Open for so many years.
Now again, 13. Joe Dean, second shot. Just coming out of the semi-rough.
Oh, I can see that ball flight there, low left to righter, trying to use all the contours, and look at this. Go on, baby, run. And it has. On the dance floor she is.
Well, we saw Thompson have a good charge at an eagle on this hole a few moments ago. Now Dean will have an outside chance of his own.
Well, this makes me feel human. Out of the wood for the second shot. He's trying to cut this in, body language saying get there. Oh, he's done what I done. Over the back of the green, down in the hollow. And that's going to be a tough up and down from there, Scotty.
It is, mate. Did you up and down it or not?
No, I just picked my ball up, walked to the next tee.
Best way.
Been such a mixed day for Robert Shaw. 4 birdies, but he's still 1 over for the round. So we go back to McIlroy.
Got to give this enough speed up the hill. Just a fraction shy. Would have held its line with a touch more pace. Holes are running out now.
Well, there you go. Getting with the slope here. Robert Shaw. He's got to get it up pretty quickly. Long way to go. This one coming out low and fiery. Needs spin. Nearly hit the flag. And that's a 10-footer coming back for his birdie. That's a bad shot there.
That's a good effort from there, I was going to say, John. He'll be pretty pleased with that. That was tricky. Now Thompson, second to 14.
Yeah, not an easy shot this. Blinded by the big bush on the left-hand side, taking it over it and just coming out a little bit hot to trot there, and he's got himself, oh, a good 50-footer coming back for his birdie.
He's on a bit of a roll. He's birdied 12 and 13, but a lot of work to do to complete the hat-trick. So we go back to Dean.
Yeah, monster eagle attempt here. We saw Thompson roll it up. Very close. What can this man do?
Started so well today. 2 under for the first 5, but he's faded since then. Should have his birdie at 13, though. Now can Thompson hold this monster putt, make it 3 birdies in a row and get to just 2 off the lead? It's a big ask.
Well, I tell you what, this will put a cat amongst the pigeons if you can hold this one for that top 5 spot, but it's got pace and it's low and it's forever getting further away. He looks like he's just inside the marker of his playing partner, so he's going to get a read there.
Now this will be a very, very good up and down for Robert Shaw for birdie. Should it go in? Yep. Yes. Excellent putt there.
Yeah, cracking up and down.
And a very nice way to bounce back from that horrible double bogey at the previous hole.
Well, his playing partner went first, give him the line. Now he's got this, follows suit for par, gets it, and that's a fist bump there by the big man. He knows that's important. Everything's important.
Now Dean. 3 feet here for his birdie. Yeah, very well done. Claws one back.
Birdie's 13 for the second day in a row. So with 5 holes to go, Adam Chapman on 8 under, closing in on victory, but MK Kim still breathing down his neck, only 2 behind, and don't write off Jonathan Thompson either. He's on 5 under. Niall Carney, 4 shots back with only 5 to go, so he needs a little bit of a miracle now if he's to win this.
Yeah, it's all in this man's hands over these closing holes.
You feared from a bit early on, Scott. He looked like he was really feeling it, but he's responded so well.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't the best of starts for him. He managed to get it back under control, and he's looked pretty good since then. Now Dean, just coming out of the rough, looking for this to release, but it hasn't. Frustration setting in.
Kim from the right rough. Looks to be sat down a little bit here. Might jump on him. Big hefty divot. Gone for the big punch. Get the grooves into the back of the ball. Oh, and he's played an absolute beauty from there. Ball above his stance. Lovely shot.
Joe Dean followed his birdie on 13 with a par at the 14th. And he'll be happy enough, I think, from this position to get another par here on 15.
Yeah, very tricky putt up the slope. Very slow.
This is a big putt here. Lengthen that gap if he can, just on the fringe, just off the right-hand side here for Chapman. He's up and out, he's looking at it, it's tracking and it's in. And that's a massive fist pump. Huge putt.
Yeah, he knows how important that was. In fact, he's the only one of the front runners to birdie this hole today, so that's a really significant move. Maybe looking back on that at the end of the day is a key moment if he goes on to win this.
Yeah, some great momentum for him as we go back to Dean, trying to close out his par. Get it there. Wow, just shaved on the low side. But a frustrating 3-putt coming up.
You can feel the intensity now, boys, you can't you? I mean, it's just getting nitty and gritty. Everyone playing for their rights next year and the win, and oh, that one just needed a little bit higher side, and that was in as well. That followed in Chapman.
Yeah, and he knew he needed that, John, because he's now going to be 3 behind going to the 15th. As we can take a look at the leaderboard as it stands, heading into these decisive holes, it's Chapman on 9 under, Kim on 6 under, Thompson now perhaps slipping too far back on 5 under, but not entirely out of it. And for the rest, maybe it's too much to ask now. Neil Raymond was back in 33 for a round of 67. Let's go to Kit.
The picture at the top of the order of merit is getting a lot clearer now. Chris Lloyd, of course, is in, and it looks like he'll just about top the order of merit. Kim needed the win to go past him, and he's now 3 shots back of Chapman. Chapman, if he wins, he'll get in as well. Nick Marsh looks like he's done enough. But Adams is definitely going to drop out. And another man under pressure, Johnny Caldwell. He came in 4th, and Jonathan Thompson is making one hell of a charge to overtake him. If Thompson finishes 2nd alone, he will knock Caldwell out of those Challenge Tour spots. A share for 2nd, and we'll be getting our calculators out. It all relies on who finishes 2nd out of Kim and Thompson. I think Johnny Caldwell will be out here cheering Kim on the last few holes.
Welcome back to the final round of the Tour Championship at Amendoira, where Adam Chapman perhaps has one hand on the trophy. With 4 holes to go, he's in a very strong position. On 9 under par, he leads by 3 from MK Kim, and it looks like a battle between those two now because Jonathan Thompson has bogeyed the 17th to go back to 4 under, so it's not going to be his day or Niall Carney's in all probability, but they are still both in contention for one of those all-important 5 Challenge Tour cards. So a lot of drama potentially still to come. And this man will be hoping there isn't too much as far as he's concerned. He'd like a nice serene passage to the title from here, and this is where he's driven it to on 15.
Yeah, there's still work to be done. He's got a lead, but he's got to keep his game management under control, fairways and greens, and that's a good shot there.
Yeah, he'll be glad the holes are running out though, Scotty. There ain't many more to play, and he's got a handsome lead. Now, McIlroy down the left edge. Looks like he's gone in the rough. He's out with the wood. He's obviously got a good lie. He's launching it. This looks to be drawy down the left-hand side. And that's a good leave.
He's parred all of the last 5 holes, but a chance to improve on that on the final hole of his EuroPro Tour season. Remember, Kim has to win today, as Kit was saying. If he finishes second on his own, he'll come up short of Chris Lloyd by just £545.
And he won't be ruling himself out just yet.
Definitely not. That's a lovely shot, well controlled under the pressure as well. As we see Robert Shaw here at 17, second shot. You can see the big bunker in front of him. There's another one up by the pin, just shy of the green. Got to carry that very narrow. And that is good club selection there.
Back to Carney. It isn't over for him. Unlikely to win, of course, but can still get into the top 5 if he can somehow finish second today.
Yeah, slightly awkward stance there. Ball below the feet. He's judged that very well. Steady now, just run on a touch more than he would have hoped.
Let's hear from Kit on the 15th.
This final round has really turned into a match play situation here. Chapman, 3 shots the better of Kim with 4 holes to play, and we've got a really interesting situation behind. Chapman with about 10 feet for birdie. Kim's in tight from about 3 feet. If Chapman can hole, it piles the pressure back on Kim. If he doesn't, there's a door ajar, and can Kim step through it?
Meanwhile, McIlroy has put himself in decent shape here on the final hole.
Yeah, just a short pitch. Up the length of the green. Expect this one close.
Oh, beauty. What a beauty, Scotty.
Yeah, lovely strike, wasn't it? Great control.
He's not going to make the top 5, which is very surprising, really, given the start he made to the season.
He did. I mean, close house. We've seen him for the first time, and what an entrance he had there. Coming up just shy of the win, but yeah, that British Masters venue came up trumps there. Seen some great golf. Joe Dean then. Down on the left-hand side, that's going to be an awkward chip as we see Chapman now up and over the brow. Has he got enough? Oh.
Well, that could have just about finished the whole thing off, but still a bit of hope maybe for Kim.
You can hear the birdies whistling now. They're enjoying it.
Now McIlroy. This to close out with a birdie.
It was a good day's work. Just the one dropped shot on 11. Ends up breaking 70 for the first time this week.
Yeah, cracking round of golf that, Michael. Really is 69. Not easy round that golf course. Now, short-sided. Joe Dean, as we've seen him, just run off this green on the left-hand side at 17. Not easy.
Yeah, he played that very nicely indeed.
67 was the joint best score of yesterday. Made a promising start today, but hasn't quite managed to maintain it. Now Carney really needs this to go in if he's to have a chance of that second place finish.
Yeah, decent bit of swing from the right on this one, up the hill. Come on.
And his task just got a whole lot harder.
Yeah, go ahead and mark that. Let Kim play. Now Robert Shaw for birdie at 17. Good 2 shots to here. It's tracking, and he gets it, and that's a must. Big fist pump. Everything counts right now. You never know what's coming at you around the corner.
6th birdie of the day for him, but just way too much of the opposite in there as well. Now Chapman's miss means that Kim has this to get within 2.
Well, that is a rare miss, and he can't believe it. It's gone up the hill.
Yeah, that would have really kept the pressure on Chapman in the closing holes. Now Dean, pretty good attempt from below the green. Back to here, this for par. Yeah, very good up and down. Well, let's take a look at this 17th hole here, 441 yards. Normally plays about a drive and a 5-iron when it's into the breeze. Nothing like that today, just a wedge or a 9-iron. Imperative to find the fairway, leave yourself a good angle in. This green guarded by some deep bunkers and runoffs. But expect some guys to be making it a birdie chance today. And Kit is down on 17 for us.
Chapman's found the fairway bunker down the left of 17 here. It's a tricky shot. He's still got a long way to go, but he's got a 3-shot cushion. He doesn't have to take on a risky shot. He could just lay up. What would you guys in the commentary booth do?
Well, I'd probably leave it in the bunker, but what about you guys?
Well, definitely about a 9-8 iron. He's got about 140, 150 yards. Be aiming this just right at the pin. Bit past. Take your medicine. Oh, I tell you what, he's gone for safety. Up and out. Now he's got an awkward chip over the bunker to a tight pin on the left. But when you've got all these shots in the bag like he's got at the moment, he's going to use them all. And rightly so, Scotty.
Yeah, no need to do anything too dramatic. Although you never know what this young man can do. If he were to hole a wedge.
Exactly.
Well, he's got to get at least a birdie here, hasn't he, to have any real chance? Well, and he might.
Well, he's asked the question. He's asked the question. He's there. He's 10 foot away for birdie.
Chapman by no means guaranteed his par. Now Carney, who's got very different things on his mind. That top 5 still in his sights on the race to Amendoeira.
Yeah, just needs to find a couple of good swings over the closing holes.
Well, this is where you can win your 22.5 grand, the 18th hole, par 5, 540 odd yards long. I still got about 240, 250 up the hill, ball above my stance, breeze slightly into me. I mean, it's a whopping second shot. But just imagine you need eagle to lift that trophy and get your Challenge Tour card. You're going to have to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. I mean, you can lay up, just get over the brook there and leave yourself a wedge shot in for your 3rd. Yeah, take your medicine, hopefully leave yourself a nice putt, hold the putt for birdie. Might not just be enough. So, lay down the gauntlet, driver, off the deck. It has to be done. It has to be done. Go on, my son! He's on there! Well, that was everything I had. There you go. Got over the bunker by the skin of its teeth. I mean, landed softly. It's given myself a 15-footer for eagle. Do your pitch mark. Oh, keep focused. And I tell you what, 22.5 grand on the line. Your Challenge Tour card, everything might come down to this. I mean, dreams come true, and this is where they start. And you step up to it, I see a little bit off the right-hand side. And I tell you what, I'm going to give it a go, but if it didn't go in, it's a nice birdie. But if it does go in, just like that, eagle, and you get your card, I tell you what, you've got the minerals, son, and you're going far.
John, the question on everyone's lips, was that first take?
Of course it was, Scotty. Absolutely flushed it, mate. Just like this man has. Staring it down, there it is. Right-hand side of your TV screen, right in the bottom corner. This ball's just off the green.
And if he makes that for eagle, he'll be into a tie for 2nd with Kim, and if he could finish there, it should be enough to get him his Challenge Tour card.
Wow, it is all heating up. Now, come on, a little bit shy. Work to do for his part.
And there you have it. Nice little 3-shot lead. I don't know if he's going to have that going down the last, though. Kim there sitting pretty, about 10 foot away. But it's Kearney to go first for the bird.
Well, he's given himself a chance here. It's all he can do at this stage. And that gets him within 1 of Kim. This could still happen for Kearney. But he needs to play the 18th well, just like you did, John.
Yeah, I mean, I'll place my drive and just hit a 2nd shot. There you go.
Now, Thompson, this is the eagle putt that Michael mentioned. Come on.
It's got to go. It's got to go.
Oh, you can't be short with a putt like that with so much on the line.
The thing is, though, Michael, you can focus so heavily on your line and then you forget to hit it right to death. And, well, here we go. Kim now, just to put some pressure on our leader, going up 18. Oh, misses it left. If that had gone in, ask the question.
Well, it might have gotten back to 1 behind because Chapman isn't in yet.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that could have been a 2-shot swing. Now Thompson, 2.5 feet for his birdie.
And he's played a lot of good golf today. It's a 68, but that bogey on 17 might just be the difference between getting that Challenge Tour card and missing out. We will find out very soon.
Yeah, that would be very cruel indeed. Now Chapman was potentially thinking of a 2-shot swing possibly, but Kim has missed. Now he needs this for his part. Huge putt.
Oh, that's a massive putt. It really is. Grabbing the right-hand side to save his par, and now he's got that 3-shot cushion going up the last. As Kim should just knock this in. Bit of a formality, this one, for par. It is. We head to the last.
And Adam Chapman will go there with a 3-shot lead. Remember, he knew only a win was going to be good enough. He had only just made the top 60 to get in here, but now it looks like he's going to be the winner. He's 3 ahead of Kim. Thompson and Carney still hoping for those Challenge Tour spots. Let's get some clarification on that from Kit.
Wow, this has just got interesting. Now Kearney's in the conversation. That birdie at 17 means he's now just behind Kim in 3rd place. A 2-shot swing here, and if Kearney finishes 2nd alone, he could bump Caldwell out of the Challenge Tour spots. It's still all to play for on 18.
Welcome back to the final round of the Tour Championship, where Adam Chapman is closing in on victory here, which would earn him a place on next season's Challenge Tour, which looked very unlikely at the start of the week. On 9 under par, he's 3 clear of MK Kim, the 16-year-old who's been the sensation of this season. Jonathan Thompson and Niall Carney both 5 under. Thompson needs Kim to bogey the last if he's to have any chance of making that top 5 in the final order of merit standings.
Okay, let's take a look at this stunning closing 18th hole, par 5, 542 yards. A couple of options for how to play it. If you're going to take it as a 3-shotter, perhaps just an iron off the tee down the right side, take all these bunkers out of play. If you're going to do what John did earlier, get the driver past that first bunker on the left, leave yourself a very long shot in. John hit a driver, some guys may be getting a 3-wood. Up the left side again, all the way up, avoid these bunkers. Last thing you want is an awkward length bunker shot, 80 to 100 yards. If you can, get it up around the putting surface, a few undulations around there.
So Chapman knows that unless Kim does something extraordinary and holds his 2nd for an albatross, just a par will be enough, and he's going with the iron.
He is going with the iron there, Michael. And I tell you what, he's going straight at the bunker on the right-hand side, a bit short of it, just like Scotty said.
Yeah, he's taking all the trouble out of play. Playing as a 3-shotter. Good, confident, long iron shot into position.
Yeah, I think that's a good play, Scotty. Michael, you know, taking that iron out, takes all the trouble out of play. He's got loads of shots to work with at the moment, so just taking his medicine.
Robert Shaw birdied 17. He's looking to follow that up with another one to finish off his EuroPro Tour season.
Going at it with a 3-wood. Is he long enough? He certainly is. That's a tremendous shot in there.
Hope you don't mind though, Michael. I couldn't resist having a little go on the Irish accent, mate. It's just too good.
Well, I can teach you how to pronounce this name as well. It's Niall Carney, 29 years of age. He's a 2-time winner of the Irish PGA Championship. There's a really illustrious roll of honour for that one. And we've been getting his thoughts on the 18th.
18 is a good chance, but it's quite a tough tee shot as well. It's all about the tee shot, and I've been fortunate to hit a couple of good tee shots there the last couple of days, but it's certainly not a given. But it is a chance coming in. It is an opportunity coming up the last hole if you really need it.
He's 1 behind Kim. He needs to overtake him and finish in 2nd place on his own if he's to overtake Jonathan Caldwell, who's had a closing 72 to finish 15th and is now waiting to see if that's going to be good enough to get him one of those 5 Challenge Tour cards.
Well, let's see if he can find the fairway. Yep, he's in a good spot there. Took the driver. That's 3 days in a row now. He's in a good spot. And he can be aggressive with his approach and try and make that eagle that he needs.
Just shy of the green in 2. This is his 3rd. Joe Dean got all the green to work with. Little soft step in this green as well. Just got to carry it over that. A little bit of late spin would be handy. But that one just coming up a bit shy there. A bit of frustration. It's been one of those days, ifs and buts. Now Kim, out with driver at 18.
Well, he's done a lot of remarkable things this season, but this will be the most remarkable of all if he could somehow win from here. Needs an absolute miracle.
Well, there's a great tee shot again in the fairway. And let's have another look at this swing. Don't get tired of looking at this, John.
No, I think we'll be seeing this swing a lot in the years to come, I'd imagine, as this boy develops, gets stronger. He's only 16. I mean, so imagine how strong he's going to be when he's 18, 20 years old. Be hitting the ball a little bit further, a little bit more control. Now, anyway, that was some third shot to get it on the green, out of position off the tee. This is fourth, and he's raced that one by Robert Shaw. Bit of work to be done.
Indeed. A few people taking in the last rays of sun.
Joe Dean with what he hopes will be his last stroke of the season.
Yeah, close the season out with a birdie if you can. Go on, go on. Yeah, just a little bit of late turn on that one. He didn't see it. Should be a safe par though, nonetheless.
So he's going to go ahead and finish. He had to win today and give himself hope of making that top 5 in the end of season standings. He had 2 birdies in the first 5, but that horrible 7 at the 6th took the wind out of his sails. And in the end, it's a closing 72 for Joe Dean.
Now Chapman playing as a 3-shotter, like we said. Second shot with another long iron, and that finds the short stuff again. Good stuff indeed.
Now Carney, he's got to make eagle and hope that Kim only pars, because realistically, Kim unlikely to take any more than 5 from where he is.
It looks like he's laying up as well.
Of course, he may not know the situation, Scott. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
It is. It's difficult, Scott. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's very confusing. I mean, you're talking pounds, you know, pounds out, pounds in. Not easy.
Robert Shaw for his par. Oh, what a way to finish. 3-putt for a bogey.
Yeah, he had a bogey at 11, followed by a double on 12. That extinguished any hope for Sam Robert Shaw. 6, a horrible way to finish the season, as you say, Scott. It's a 72 for him today.
Yeah, only 7 pars on his card. A very topsy-turvy day. Now Kim with his second, out with 3 wood, giving it everything. Oh, it's leaking out to the right. There's bunkers down there. Might be in one, you just never know. It's disappeared on us.
Well, here we go. Closing approach shots. Carney.
Got to hold this, really, to have any remote hope.
Well, that was lovely rhythm for such a pressure shot as well.
Yeah, and judged it very well up the hill there. What can Chapman do? He'll like to just follow that one, indeed. That would be what he's looking for.
Oh, really got the grooves into that one. Good strike, just coming up a bit shy, but yeah, it's all done and dusted, I feel, for Chapman at the moment. Unless this goes in for eagle.
Well, you can't rule it out, that's for sure.
Oh, nearly slam dunks it. I'll run through to the back edge.
Well, he gave it a great try, didn't he? He was giving it all he could, right to the last shot, trying to make eagle. So here, Chapman, the champion-elect, trying to close out with a birdie.
Yeah, I think I just put this whole side. And yeah, I think the winner will definitely go and mark that for the grandstand. Final putt.
Now, Jonathan Thompson is standing on that cliff at the back of the 18th green looking on, because he knows if Kim was to 3-putt from here, Thompson would share second place with him, and that would be enough to deny Jonathan Caldwell his tour card. Thompson would finish 5th in the order of merit instead.
Well, that slid almost 2 feet past, so there is a chance, albeit very small.
Yeah, the pressure. Well, what Jonathan Thompson must be thinking, I mean, what Jonathan Caldwell must be thinking. I mean, Kim's already sealed it. See Kearney here down the hill. We know this doesn't move as much as you like from left to right. Oh, yeah, and it stays out there. It's been one of those days for the Irishman.
Yeah, he got off to a good start today, but 3 bogeys and 4 holes around the turn really took the wind out of his sails. Didn't finish too badly, but a 71 not good enough for him. He won't be getting his Challenge Tour card today.
Well, this is heart in your mouth stuff now. Kim over it. Jonathan Thompson, Jonathan Caldwell looking on.
Yeah, I mean, it won't matter to Kim. He doesn't know. He'll just pop it in, which he does.
So Thompson misses out and Jonathan Caldwell is back on the Challenge Tour. I'm sure Kim didn't know that that was what he was doing there, but Caldwell will be very grateful to him. But it's been this man's week. Adam Chapman, he came here 54th in the race to Amendoira. He needed to win, and he has won in his rookie season, the Tour Championship. 9 under par. He had a tough start to today, but he bounced back really well. And that birdie on 14, the key. 4 solid pars after that. He is the winner, and the celebrations can begin.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't be his last bottle either.
So what a great story for Adam Chapman. He's ended up as the winner. It got pretty close during this final round, but in the end, on 9 under par, he finished 3 clear of MK Kim, the 16-year-old who's really made such headlines during this season. Thompson and Carney miss out not only on the title, but also on their Challenge Tour cards. And the same goes for Dermot McIlroy. Neil Raymond, a good final round of 67 to finish in a share of 6th. Let's hear from the champion.
A real roller coaster of a final round, 2 dropped shots early on. What was going through your mind when you were coming down the 4th?
I was just trying to find my ball, to be honest. And then, you know, I took a penalty drop out of the bush, hit it back onto the fairway, and then as I was walking to the fairway, I fell flat on my bum, which wasn't very enjoyable, and I got a load of thorns in my hand. So, in a way, it sort of put my mind off it. So, yeah, I was thinking, let's get a grip here.
You had a 3-shot cushion over those last few holes. How comfortable did that feel?
Not at all. When Mr. Kim here was, you know, knocking flags out for fun. He's some talent. Yeah.
And that gets you a Challenge Tour card for next season as well. After a rookie year as a pro, straight up to the Challenge Tour. How is that feeling?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, expectations have gone out the roof. You know, at the start of the year, I was thinking, I'll just make Tour champs. You know, find your feet, see what's happening. And now I've got a Challenge Tour card. I really don't know what to do.
Well, what an incredible finale we've had today at Amendoira in Portugal. And Kit, let's just talk about Adam. For a player like him to come from so far out of field to come on and win this is quite an achievement, isn't it? Yeah,
it's an incredible story. We often say anyone that makes the Tour Championship can, with a win, get into that top 5. It's not something that's happened in recent years, but today Adam has proved it. £22,500 richer. He leaves with a Challenge Tour card, having come in here 54th in the order of merit. A wonderful story.
Yeah, and what will that mean to Adam?
I mean, it's his first year as a pro, so his expectations were blown out of the water. He just wanted to find his feet, see that he belongs, but he's got a Challenge Tour card. He obviously belongs. He's won in his biggest event of his professional career. The confidence that's going to give him, he can now go on and see what he can do at a higher level on the Challenge Tour.
And really it's a testament to the rest of the field that the quality has been so high, hasn't it?
100%, Laura. It just goes to show what a good job the Tour is doing with the strength in depth. There's so many talented players that can and will play at a higher level. Chris Lloyd was dominant this year. 3 wins, unfortunately couldn't tee it up in the Tour Champs and still already earned enough to top the order of merit. MK Kim, I mean, what a talent. We can't say enough about him. This guy genuinely has the talent to have majors in his future, and it all started here on the EuroPro Tour. There are guys that missed out as well. Someone like John Thompson, a big man with a big future. He didn't even get a top 5 and a Challenge Tour card through the EuroPro, yet he's played in the European Tour on invites this year. He's made the cut, he's looked at home, he's competed.
Okay, thank you so much. And you have been brilliant this year as well. But for now, from us, it is a goodbye and congratulations to all of our players. And we'll see you again next year.
Feel the fire, feel the heat. I don't believe this could come from anyone. Two worlds collide, so much desire.